So this, try to go back to it here while playing with my cat, keeping her busy. So this is the nature of exactly what's going on here. There's two types, and one of them serves as a distraction. You're in a school here that has been turned into an institution full of this distraction. It's a joke. You know, it's become a joke, really, because, well, it's hard for the creator of creation to really intervene because it's here for a natural process of evolution. But see, the two collectives, I want to really make you understand how it works. Really, see, this is where I think of Christ Jesus, who was trying to teach us and get us back to the collective that is connected with the universe. Really, I mean, as human bodies, we know that it can be turned into a living hell through Lucifer, which, by the way, Lucifer is not the devil and or Satan. Otherwise, I would have said Satan or the devil. See, there's a parasite for whatever reason, you know, because the universe is human. The universe has parasites, babes. So in this corner of the universe here, we are right now with this Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, and Saturn conjunction going to cause a grand trine, which is getting pretty close right now. I think it was on the 25th that it happens. We are now open for this. We're all doing major introspection, really. It was a deal with trying to find out who's the toxic one out there, but really now you're doing your own detoxing by way of, are you taking the opportunity? I'm talking to the collective of who? Well, whoever is connected to the cosmos. Yeah, because the other collective, they don't like the universe. They're hiding out here. Their up is our down. Their sadness is what makes us happy makes them sad. You've heard of that, right? If you're a follower of the Bible, you know, that's what I like about those followers is that I'm like, here, tell me about what I'm involved with now. You're involved with it too. I mean, it's not the past. It's happening now, babes. And so getting back to the astrology and how we are definitely going through a period where I'm not an isolated incident. I call myself humanity. In fact, a leader, a bleeder. This means that I start trends, you know, if I'm allowed into the public influence. Well, wherever it is, when I'm working on something, I usually find some way to do it more efficiently, quick, easy, but more productive and even better quality. And people go, well, so how did you do that? And then I start telling them, oh, look, I like this. And it's hard to teach them because they don't have the knack of surrendering to the truth like I do. See, I'm a human being achieved as love. It's the ultimate skill of skills. I mean, if anybody's like fighting here saying, I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Love fucking does it so much better using the same exact ingredients that the other person uses to make a pumpkin pie over there. Something about that pumpkin pie made by a human being who, I'll dare say, they're capable of perfection. Perfection is just geometry. If you like it, see, you do. It causes beauty. See, they're capable of geometric shapes and forms within their body, within their speech. If indeed they're speaking into reality. If you're not capable of speaking into that reality, which is the universe, you are kind of just a fart in the wind. You didn't connect with anything. You didn't cause resonation. See, it doesn't matter what you say. If it's not speaking into reality, you're not hitting anything to say, I have manifested reality. I worked with the truth. No. You have to get into the experience of what's here. Sorry, my cat is like, is there some way I can stop this fucking conversation? What's it used for? In case you have children, man, there's a hope for them. Because you might be shot, but see, no, sorry. But start this conversation, even just with yourself. This is part of it, is, oh my God, please. See, since it's a school, and your graduation is into the universe, they call it the university, and people go in and out of it, but what are they learning? See, that's the collective that, well, it's been snagged. You have a stuck race. Now let's get back to the federal government that's so-called closed, who we just noticed all of the poisons are shutting down now. They come out of the sky anyway. And if that's going on, babes, that's the alien race. That's the stuck race. In case you don't know, boy, I love being able to reach out to the layman. You know, those people who are like, huh? Well, you know, you somehow you found me. You love your narcissist subject matter. Well, that's just a name from some mythical creature over there. The real thing we're looking at is the human mind and in its nature. And everybody has one of those, right? So everybody is a narcissist. But see, there's your southerly narcissist, and then there's your northerly narcissist. Again, you have two collectives, Huns. Yep. There's but see, now you just talk about, no, the narcissist is non-human. This is known. In fact, it's AI. It's the original AI. They're just kind of programmable. It's interesting. They can mimic being a human really well, almost better than being human. I say almost better is because humans don't give themselves a choice. They don't go through a lake of choices. It's very fluid, and if it's a very dependable human being, they're responding. They're not reacting. They're like a baby will start crying if a tack is put in their ass. None of them will say, "Is this correct? I don't know." It's more like, ah! Rush towards it, find out what it is, pull it out, calm the baby down. You can't just set humanity in the corner. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't just set baby in the corner. Well, see, there's generations, and then there's the generation. Our generation, Libra generation, just where we felt this grand trine with Venus, Uranus, and Pluto, which is like, you mean things change and get better? Fucking A. But see, every individual has to go through this kind of thing, and it's a difficulty before it gets easier. And you start to realize, no, what is difficult is the right thing to do, but it's hard to do, right? It's difficult. So, but again, your collective, the two, they have their versions of that, but it's the same for them. But see, there's only two here, and imagine the conversation that you'll begin to have that you won't even know that one of them is going like this to you, and the other one's going like this, but they say the same words and stuff. It's all about their success. Well, think of what the federal government or the satanic cult thinks that is a success for you. For them, I mean, for them. They made it up as a success for you to like become an electrician instead of learn how the fuck electricity works. All you're doing is messing with the passageway and stuff, and as an electrician. But do you know that you can get it from just walking, or your cat? Your cat is full of electricity. I mean, everything is just a huge. So they have us all encapsulated in this weird place, and we're about to break through. If you can become like the Neo and see every shot coming at you and just go, and just stop all the bullets and then watch them drop. That's when you know, that's when you hook in, that's the collective that's hooked into the universe that knows that this is a dream. And when you look into the sky, and indeed, see, you can't really dream properly here. This fucking thing is hijacking me. You can't really dream properly here unless you get in your body. You're in a school here, so, and then you start looking into the truth, you start interacting, having experiences. You can't do it reading a book. In fact, do kids come out reading a book? I'm learning about how to live here. No. And I'm here to tell you, with what I found when I keep trying to talk about the English alphabet, which I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's hard to articulate downloads and stuff. It takes like months, but it's nothing that we can control. In fact, the cosmos is opening up, and I'm not an isolated incident. Everybody is going to start clicking in. Babes, we are in a fucking brilliant place here. This life, the way it is connected to the universe here, human beings, as above, so below, kind of like this, on earth as it is in heaven. That was the plan, babes. See, in heaven, where's heaven? Well, heaven is now, and there's a geometric, okay, they call it the tetrahedron, and it's okay, you guys. Jesus is okay with it. She's like, well, you can go over here and there. Why are you guys limiting yourself here? And why are you letting my material go to hell, which is creation of creation, right? Through the human organism. See, that's where I kind of pick on women and say, would you just hold back a bit? It could be selfishness is the reason why you're having kids, sorry, and then because really, do you know about the collective? Really, do you know about the two that are here? But see, now when I talk about it, babes, there's only one collective as far as the university. And those are the ones who are achieved as love human. This is a school here, and the religion is to seek out who has made it and to really to cherish who they are, really. You love them dearly and you feed them an avocado sandwich because, well, if you know anything about where you are, like the federal government, that you're sharing this plane with, well, perhaps this is just it. It's like send them to there. They're going to learn how to get through the parasitical problem that indeed dwells within and without them because well, this isn't just the way it is. You want to become a creator of worlds? Well, you've got to get through this one. That tests you, that tests your wants and desires, really it tempts you right into that thing that, well, you failed. It's easy to fail. I hate to say it, you narcissist, yes, you. But you can be rendered up into a failure very early in life. And however long that you went through that severe abuse, emotional, a lot of times, yeah, your fake religion over there is doing emotional abuse big time. But then there's physical restraints and boundaryless behaviors as far as when there's a learning child's mind there and then you say no all the time to them. Big time thing we have to kind of unravel here, and generations are responsible for it, especially the children. They're here to say no, there's some other different cool way to do it. And your parents, you say, I know, I was that way too. Wow, look what my kid did. They know that more in China and Japan and the Orient better because I was telling you about the yellow people who, they hold the intellectual property of the mind, the human mind. And they just know that it's a storage place and you better get in your body really quick and start doing things, and so they do. Some places in Japan, the way that they are doing with their toddlers is so like out of the question for Americans who wrap their children in bubble wrap. What those kids are doing, there'll be like a cinder block fucking rail that they have to balance on. They get off, hit a trampoline, bounce up on it, and climb a ladder and go on the other balance beam, swing a little bit with their hand. No fucking safety gear. 3 years old. They're doing that, and they love it. They're playing. They're like, whoops. And if one gets hurt, it's just like, well, I hope that it learns. Really, you want to do. I bet you anything they're doing astrological charts and everything. And they're like, well, don't have a kid quite yet because that one will be clumsy. I don't know. There's some people that need. That you'll just see that maybe the fucking obstacle course isn't their thing. Most people who are physically healthy are gonna want to do some obstacle courses every once in a while, right? It's the truth. That's why that there's a standard to have a fucking playground inside of the schools. And I don't know about you, but my playground in the 70s, it was all cast iron. The freaking merry-go-rounds were like these heavy meat grinding things that if you didn't do it right, you got fucked up. And you better do it right. And that's God right there spinning. Can you surrender your mind to the rhythm and just get on, because it's not going to wait for you. You better just learn how to bring the information in and then harmonize with it and get on and off of it. See, too many times you'll see people we used to spin that thing before school. I was at the park. And we would just go so fast and hang on, And then some people, they didn't realize how heavy it was and how it was just spinning. And they would try to just grab it like it was their mom picking them up and putting them on. And they'd just go boom. And it was like, what the fuck happened? You can see you can literally see it's like they don't even know that what's going on in their heads. They haven't really put it together. They think it's a certain way. But then now the physical experience of it is like, whoops. And it's like, do you think they got it? Do you think that they can catch the rhythm? See, this is why I encourage playing music together, especially with your kids, not just listening to it, but good God, do not expose your children or yourself to country western music. I'll tell you why later on, especially modern day country western. No, just do something without lyrics. Do classical. Even I encourage rhythmic beats like what they were doing in the 80s with the. Just learn how to carry a rhythm and be on time with something. And all you're doing is surrendering your mind. You can't be an ego there, a mind there, and learn anything. That mind has to constantly be set aside, and that's why you want to learn is because, what's that saying? A man's intellect is his cage. A man's anyway. I mean, when he thinks he knows something and he's going to continue like these people next door, it's like, will you stop? You have a problem of the mind there, and most likely there is an abused little toddler there that is doing their shadow work through other people. But really, some people are completely demonic and diabolical here. They are taken by that system, the federals, and they're working for them. They're making money to rip people off, and they think they're all goody two shoes and shit. They haven't. It's called working in cognitive dissonance. Anyway, that collective there. Whew, whew, talk about like, okay, do you realize what kind of classroom we're in? Yeah, the classroom. Well, we're going to straighten this out, babes. I know that my generation is going to do it because they're the Libra generation. They're the ones that seek justice, and they're just going to be like playing a video game where it's like there isn't anybody here but common sense. There's a collective that could, if we can bring it all in here and agree, we like clean water, and also we would rather get along with each other and govern ourselves rather than have these people that go and call authority, which is not really authority because they can get busted too if we just sit at the courthouse and say, what is justice? What is the truth? Well, babes, since it's all been reversed on you, and they're being very honest as far as how they did the cursive, they cursed you. You have a criminal justice system right now. I would suggest you go in there and say, I want a humanity justice system now, please. We know that you're giving justice to yourself, and it's a big joke. Pardon me, fly. I hope I got it. I think I did. Ow! See, that's what it's going to be like. Get that fly off of you. It hurts to detox and heal a little bit. Always. You get triggered. You're like, your little fucking demons get triggered. But anyway, I hope I made my point across. I'll keep talking about it. This is just a roundabout thing. It's very important to know that there's two collectives, so that if, in case you want your constitutional rights, see, we're working on, this is me being a leader, just like, bam, 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 okay, it's done. No, it's going to take a lot of repeating and trend setting. So you set a trend, bleed, it bleeds through. I'm a bleeder, a leader. Women can do it, just if we're doing your laundry and everything and you don't know it, well, you've seen what happens when you put that red thing inside of the laundry. It just, you're like, why are my socks pink? Well, they're kind of cool though. You wore them and you're like, I don't mind these pink socks. Now everybody's wearing pink socks. Bitchin', what's the problem? But especially if it's the right thing to do. For narcissists, they need that, they're like, what do I do? And they run with the teacher, and then they're now working for Satan. And it's like, oh my God, I shouldn't have had that child.